Dr. Maurice Coyle, CEO of HeyStaks Technologies. Welcome to Irish Startup TV.
Thank you so much for inviting me along.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about the business?
Sure, yeah. So we're based here in Nova UCD, obviously in University College Dublin. So we originally, Haystacks grew out of a research group in computer science, in a research centre that's now part of the Insight Centre for Data Analytics. So myself and Pete, the CTO of Haystacks, we did our PhDs with our third co-founder, Professor Barry Smith, as our supervisor. Early days of the company was, our research, and then the early days of the company was on analysing, looking at what people are searching for on the web, and then using that to help them find things better. So improving the quality of Google or e-commerce search. So we spent a bit of time doing that, and while we were bringing our technology to market, we built a load of IP around it and showed that we had better relevance over Google by about 60%. While we were bringing that product to market, we talked to a couple of mobile operators to see if they wanted to participate in search, and we discovered that there was a much bigger opportunity by repackaging the same core IP as a behavioural analytics platform for mobile operators. So now today Haystacks delivers this platform to help mobile operators understand what the intent of their subscribers are as they move around using their smartphones.
Wow,
it's been a bit of a journey.
That sounds like an incredible journey.
Yeah, it took a while to get here, but we've been well funded. We took on €1.5 million recently from Digicel, and then we've also taken on venture funding from AIB Seed Capital, and then Ulster Bank Diageo Fund managed by Investec.
You mentioned IP, so IP, I suppose we're talking about two different forms of IP here. There's Internet Protocol probably fits in, but the intellectual property is what I'm really interested in.
Exactly. Yeah.
How important has that been as a process for you guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it's very important to protect what you're doing, especially if you're going into big companies where they have massive budgets. There's obviously a danger that if you expose too much, they'll try and duplicate what you're doing. So it's been very important for us to have a number of patents secured, and UCD were obviously helpful with that. While we were doing our PhDs and into our postdoc years, they were, UCD would have helped us with would have covered the cost of the early patents, and then since we've spun out as a company, we've managed the cost ourselves. So a number of different patents in our portfolio, but it gives us that bit of protection against, when we're bringing it to market.
And as researchers, did the concept of IP, did that ever come up previous to deciding you're going to spin out?
Oh yeah, I mean, so the Insight Centre for Data Analytics, and what it was before was Clarity, the Clarity Centre for Centre Web Technologies, Clarity joined Insight, it became part of it. So yeah, there was always a focus on IP. So there would have been an IP officer generally in these centres that will manage any new IP that's being produced. So they'll talk to the researchers, and if there's any kind of new inventions coming, they'll ensure that it's all kind of managed and kept, not disclosed at the wrong time or anything like that. So yeah, there usually is a focus, like the money's coming from the likes of SFI, but it's with a goal the ultimate goal of commercialisation in a lot of cases.
That's really good to hear, because travelling around the country, I'm realising more and more that IP is a huge issue, but not everybody has access to the kind of services that you guys have had access to, which is great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. For a small, a non-existent company as it was then, it's really pivotal to have. Even going to investors, it gives them a lot of confidence when you have something patented, and you just wouldn't have the funds to do that yourself, generally speaking, if you're starting a lot of money involved. Yeah, a lot of money, yeah. So. And
where to next? You've already achieved a huge amount. Over what kind of time frame have you achieved that?
Oh, so we've been, I suppose the PhD started in 2003, so good long while since we wrote, created the first algorithms for Haystacks. So as a company, we spun out. We took our first investment at the end of 2010. So as I say, we've been on a bit of a journey. Couple of changes. You do have to spend a bit of time trying some things and failing to understand. Not everyone's Facebook, unfortunately. You can't just explode. So So yeah, I mean, it's taken a little while to get where we are, but and then obviously with we're working with mobile operators, so you know we've been working on the proposition for about a couple of years, so and it just takes that long to get some you know, attention from the customers, to get in there to kind of deal with all the different stakeholders and get a deal signed. Just takes a long time. So but
it's a long process. It's worth it though. It sounds like you're getting great traction.
Yeah.
So where to next then? What are the next significant milestones in the roadmap?
Yeah, so I mean we're working with a couple of partners to where Haystacks will improve the quality of their own solution to mobile operators, and they'd be on the advertising side of things, and then we're selling direct as well to mobile operators, so we can enhance. Lots of mobile operators these days are building big data platforms or buying in big data platforms. And one of the things that affects the quality or the performance of those platforms is the quality of the data. So Haystacks makes the data that's being input a lot higher quality, a lot more accurate. So,
and when you say higher quality, more accurate, like in a kind of a tangible way, what does that look like?
So I mean, so Haystacks identifies the intent of users. You know, what a mobile operator has today would be a massive log file of, you know, all of the activity that's going on their network, but there's no kind of structure. That, you know, there's a lot of noise in there, and the ability of the operator to say a particular user is interested or has an intent around a particular topic, they just don't have that capability. So what we do is we sort of sit between them and the big data platform, and then we generate that kind of structure on the data. So
it makes it easier to understand for the mobile operator who the customer is and what areas they're likely to spend money on now and in the future.
Exactly, yeah. So
fantastic.
Yeah, I mean the key to you know, the reason I say advertising, and we're also working in the big data kind of marketing use cases, the key to all of that is understanding intent. So there's a very good reason why Google and Facebook have 67% of the mobile advertising market, and that's because Google has your intent via your search keywords, and Facebook has a view of your intent via Facebook Exchange, where third parties can come and you know, provide intent data. So like the key to understanding and effective marketing and advertising is intent, understanding that. So so we bring that to mobile operators.
So HeyStaks.com giving real intelligence to mobile phone operators about their customers, who they are and what they need to do.
Who they are, what their needs and wants are in any particular time and place.
Fantastic. Dr. Maurice Coyle, an absolute pleasure. Thanks very much for speaking to us.
Thanks so much, Richard.
Thank you.